Now I lost a lot of projects because I took too long to make up my mind. But when this popped up in the market, oh, he wasn't talking about me. He was talking about this. Yeah, I knew I had to buy it. But little did I know I was making one of the biggest financial mistakes of my life. Now in the previous video we managed to take a look at what's going on in the trunk, and it's not looking good. Let's have a look. Now in other cars it looks like this, but in our car it looks like this. The battery control module is burnt and the wiring harness is a Frankenstein party. This right here is a keyless go antenna, but I think it might work or it might not work. I'm completely unsure. But let's go take a look at how much this damage costs. I managed to go on eBay and found myself a complete wiring harness. I got this exact one because it had exactly what I needed. It has the vacuum lines which I can just plug in, and the best part is it has a 90-day warranty, which is perfect. It was going for 201, but I managed to bring the seller down to 185, and it ended up costing me about 200 with total with shipping. With that out of the way, thanks to this comment right here, I went over to FCP Euro, saw the exact part, and I think I got the last one in stock because it's now discontinued, as we can see. The module was going for 542, but when I was purchasing it, it was going for much cheaper. And heading over to the purchase page, I ended up getting it for 478 with a discount, which is amazing. Now before moving forward with the video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on bell notification, and leave a comment down below because it surely does help your boy out. Now let's continue with the video. There it is, it's the middle of the night. My brother just woke me up with the rain, so we just quickly came back to seal the windows because they are leaking, and the rain is continuing to drip and rain, if I might say so. We got both sides. Hopefully tomorrow it's okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go back inside because I'm freaking freezing right now. Now, while we're waiting for the parts to come in, I want to focus on something else, something completely different. Now, this car does have an overheating issue. The moment I turn on the car, this light comes on and never goes off. Like literally, it just never goes off. Last time I was working on this car, it kind of drained the battery, but let's hope it turns on. Yeah, I drained the battery. But anyways, this light comes on, never goes off, and even though it's like at 40 degrees, it still stays on, which is something I really want to focus on. The fan does not kick in, and that's one of the biggest issues. I think the fan doesn't kick in, and also maybe this light does come on because every now and then I usually get check fluid level, coolant level, and whenever I check, the coolant is up. So I think maybe it could be the coolant level sensor. Maybe that could be the problem. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in my OBD scan tool, boost this car up, try to read the data from the ECM. Alright, so as you can see, this car is overheating even though it's at 40 degrees. So wiring issue maybe. But anyways, I have the scan tool here, and one of the suggestions that I've got was to try and see if the ECU is sending power to the fan, and that's how you know basically if it's communicating or not. So we're gonna scan this, and then I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm just gonna skip through this. So with all that being said, let's get this car up to temperature. Alright, we have the windows down. Let's give it a pull. Car won't shift. Oh my god, the car won't shift at all. At all. So after the drive, I ended up getting the car up to temperature. I drove back home, parked the car, and got to scanning. I plugged in my scan tool and started going through the options. I gave it a full system scan, and I ended up getting data that I did not want at this stage.
The tool ended up scanning for over 10 minutes with no results, so I decided to take matters into my own hands.
With this space, this thing will overheat before this thing finishes. It's only at 9%. Oh my god. We've only done the transmission, electronic selector, scanning the ECM.
Luckily, you can individually select the modules that you need, so I hopped over to check the ECM so I could read the data going to the fan module. And here is where things went downhill. The scanner would not communicate with the ECM at all, so I decided to test the rest of the modules to see if this is the odd one out. And at this point, I was hoping it was just the tool that was faulty and not the module, but I ended up proving myself wrong. Have a look.
Works. ESM works. Distronic, we don't have this. ECM doesn't give any info. Now let's go for Senstronic. Senstronic works. Electronic stability works. Yep. Fault in CAN communication with control unit engine control module. Okay, so it's also failing to communicate with the engine control module.
While I was doing the process of elimination, I noticed that the engine was overheating and thought it would be the perfect time to show you that the fan isn't working. But when I went over, lo and behold, the fan just kicked in. I was so excited.
Oh, the fan kicked in! The fan kicked in! The fan kicked in!
Now at least we know the fan control module isn't bad. But when I went on site to check on the scanner, I came back to a standstill fan, and all hope was lost again.
I genuinely have no idea what's going on. Active body control. Oh, it does.
So I decided to go back to eliminating the modules to see which one works and which ones don't.
Whether the vehicle. Okay. Let's go to TPMS, sensors, and communication error with the vehicle ECU. So what I'm thinking is we do have an ECU problem. I'm not liking this. Let's go with central gateway. Communication with ECU. This I don't want to touch because it's not even there. I'll just skip it. Overhead control panel. I don't want to touch that. Electronic ignition switch. Oh, ignition switch. Switch on. Works. Yep. Okay. SAM driver side. This should have an issue for sure. Yep. Control unit N73 is not transmitting data on the CAN bus, or nor CAN message was received from a control unit. Control unit N80 steering column module is not transmitting data to the CAN bus.
This project is proving to be tougher than I anticipated, with more electrical issues than mechanical. And one thing I know for sure is I don't remember any of Kirchhoff's law. So if this car were to go into flames because of my wiring, don't be surprised.
Anyways, we did come to the small conclusion of we might have a bad ECM, electronic control module. I don't know what to do at the moment, so I don't want to jump into conclusion because we still have the entire battery control module missing in this car, and with the wiring harness and some ground missing. So until those are fixed, which I'm expecting to fix soon, hopefully I might get it soon, it's close by, and we're gonna start popping up videos, like really good videos. So until that is out of the way, basically that's when we can actually start really diagnosing the car. And if it starts bringing up the same issue, which is the engine control module, I'll just have to pop it off, take it to a guy I know, and try to fix it, because the car that is turning on, so that means the ECM somewhat works, where it's just some functions aren't working. So we'll have to do that as well. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace out. I think I'm proving myself to be dumb again. I have no idea what I'm doing.